Alabama rapper Young Bleu found himself on the wrong side of the law after he got arrested alongside 4 of his associates. But the craziest part about his arrest was that the rapper was involved in an attempted robbery, which eventually turned into a shootout. Now, what's got the fans talking? Is it the fact that Young Bleu and his associates were the victims but still got arrested? Keep watching to find out everything we know about Young Bleu's robbery, attack, and arrest. Young Bleu arrest. Rapper Young Bleu was arrested in Los Angeles on a felony gun charge after repeatedly shooting at individuals who attempted to rob him and his crew outside of a restaurant. According to reports, the incident happened on Friday, January 21st, near the Bossa Nova restaurant on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. The Shade Room, the Alabama rapper and his crew, were waiting for their food at the location when they saw someone being robbed at gunpoint nearby. The suspect then walked toward Bleu and his crew. They reportedly assumed they were next to be robbed, which is when Bleu and his brother allegedly exchanged gunfire with the perpetrator during the botched robbery attempt. The person was not able to take anything from Bleu. However, according to the report, a member of the artist's team was grazed by gunfire.
Young Bleu was arrested last week in Los Angeles. AL.com reports that Bleu, whose real name is Jeremy Biddle, allegedly shot at people who were trying to rob him during a night out.
Bleu and his team reportedly left the scene immediately after the incident, but returned later to recover their vehicle. When they returned, Bleu and his brother were taken into custody by police. According to the report, surveillance cameras on the scene only caught Bleu and his brother with weapons and not the initial confrontation. The alleged suspects left the scene and are yet to be caught by the authorities. Reports have confirmed that Young Bleu was charged with discharging a firearm and booked into the LAPD's Hollywood jail before paying a $35,000 bond and bailing out a few hours later. His next court date is listed as May 27th. His lawyers are yet to make a statement about the situation. However, from the circumstances of the case, lawyers online have said that Young Bleu will most likely get off by paying a fine, as no intense punishment will be issued. Security protocols. Just a couple of hours after his arrest hit the media, Young Bleu posted about his security protocol via his Instagram story, as well as how much he spends on private security annually. In a short yet expensive post, Young Bleu said, $100K a year on 24/7 security. I like living in peace. Judging by the way Bleu crushed his rising star year in 2021, an investment of $100,000 on security to start 2022 is likely a drop in the bucket for the Moon Boy vocalist. You see, Young Bleu has always been an advocate for security, especially when it comes to present-day rappers. Back in 2021, he advised rappers to top up their security, especially with the violence and death among rappers in the rap industry. If you're an artist, keep your security. These folks. He wrote, you can't watch everything. Even if you strapped yourself or not, you don't got time to be catching cases and watching your back while you out here getting this money. Be smart and internet gonna move on. When you gonna believe me? He wasn't quite finished and offered up a few more thoughts. Don't let these people make you a meme. He added, play smart. People not playing fair. You may be trying to have a good time and plotting. Ain't nothing wrong with a few extra pair of eyes while you providing for the fam. If you gotta bust your, let that be the last resort. These people play the police when get real anyways. So it wasn't quite surprising to see Young Bleu keeping his security tight and spending that much money on being safe. Many fans commended him for his decision on his security, while other fans commented saying they wish the late rappers Pop Smoke, King Von, and Young Dolph did the same. Young Bleu previous arrest. This isn't the first time Young Bleu has had a run-in with the law. In fact, compared to the situation he had with the cops back in 2021, this isn't even that big a deal. You see, back in 2021, Young Bleu got arrested for a suspended license after he accused a police officer of racially profiling him. He uploaded a video via his Instagram where he explained that he was trying to purchase a trailer for his upcoming Moon Boy tour when the owner of the trailer company called the authorities on him. These Gainesville, Georgia police officers are racially profiling us, he wrote. They approached me and my team for absolutely nothing, trying to buy a trailer for my tour at Absolute Trailers. The owner was an old white guy who called the police talking about they suspect fraud. I was just trying to buy a trailer. Young Bleu claimed that the owner was profiling him because he had dealt with an issue of fraud the previous week. According to reports, Young Bleu revealed he never made it inside Absolute Trailers store. He said he was outside of the place for about 10 minutes before police showed up. Young Bleu learned that the cops were called for suspected fraud due to an alleged run-in last week. After a brief exchange, he was allowed to leave the scene because the officers had no probable cause at the time. However, while on his way out, he was pulled over by another police officer who was seen and heard speaking about filing paperwork in the first video shared by Young Bleu. He describes being just down the street when he was pulled over and feeling scared about not knowing what the result of the interaction could be. An exclusive clip of the incident was shared with the Shade Room, and in the clip, we get to see the initial interaction between Bleu and the same female officer. The exchange appeared to be recorded by someone sitting in the passenger seat. The officer walked up to the car and identified herself as Officer Forrester of the Gainesville Police Department.
The reason I pulled you over is because your tag view is obstructed. We can't see the state it's from,
Officer Forrester said. After acknowledging the recording camera with a smile, she asked Young Bleu for his license. He responded by saying, "You just gonna sit here and lie like that?" To which the officer responds,
"You literally can't see the tag. I can't stop you illegally, you know that."
Officer Forrester said before continuing to ask for Blue's license. After another few seconds of exchanges, Bleu responds, "Ma'am, all right," to the license inquiries and puts his cell phone down. Before the video cuts off, Officer Forrester says,
"I like your car, by the way."
In the video of the incident that was shared online, Young Bleu was seen standing outside his vehicle leaning against another car. He was heard explaining that Officer Forrester turned on her lights before she even saw his tag. While interacting with Officer Forrester, Bleu said 5 additional police officers pulled up as backup. "They trap and get behind me, say my tag is obstructed, but she clearly had her lights on way before she saw the back of my car. 5 cars have pulled up on us since then, saying we do fraud and all type of lies," he wrote in his Instagram caption. After these exchanges, Bleu was arrested for having a suspended license. He declined to reveal why his license is suspended. The incident was posted by the Instagram blog, The Shade Room, and Young Bleu made it to the comment section where he said, "They made that tag up to stop me. You pulled me over before you even got behind me. Dumb. And you smiling because you know you a racist." Young Bleu apologizes to the police. The situation blew up from purchasing a trailer to racial profiling by authorities, and at that stage, Young Bleu got the general public as well as the authorities talking. However, it didn't take a while before Young Bleu realized that his issues weren't exactly with the cops, but with the store owner at Absolute Trailers. He tenders an apology to Gainesville police for accusing their officers of racially profiling him. Via his Instagram, Young Bleu shared the following words: "I apologize for taking my anger out on the Gainesville Police Department instead of the business who lied and manipulated the situation. I was embarrassed and in disbelief of what happened, so I directed my energy towards the wrong people. My energy will now be directed toward Absolute Trailers because their lies could have turned a possible deadly situation for me. Officers were moving off what they were told by this establishment, that I was a fraudulent thief, before even knowing my name or interacting with us." The rapper continued, "No, I'm not being quiet. I'm not letting this slide and blow over. That can open the door for more ignorance in the community that can be more dangerous to those after me. I will use my platform to make an example and create possible change in this community for the good. I will be suing Absolute Trailers for discrimination and profiling, and hopefully this promotes fair service to all black people in this community. I admit when I was wrong," Young Bleu wrote in the caption of his apology post. "Even though I did not agree with all the methods used to detain me, my license was suspended and I was arrested legally. I was furious about what led the police to me. This all stemmed from the vicious lies told by this establishment, Absolute Trailer. So that's where I will be focusing my energy." Who is rapper Young Bleu? Many have known the Alabamian rapper Young Bleu mostly for his refining his dark, ominous style and increasingly intricate flows since the early 2010s. Young Bleu, who is also known as Bleu Vandross, got his stage name after R&B legend Luther Vandross. In the course of his career, he has experienced increasing levels of commercial success with heartfelt slow jams such as Miss It 2017 and Your Mind Still 2020. With some sprinkle of Drake's magic in his song Your Mind Still remix, Young Bleu earned his first placement on the Billboard Hot 100 and took the deluxe edition of his EP Love Scars, The 5 Stages of Emotion, into the Billboard 200. In 2021, his first studio album, Moon Boy, also made a strong showing in the charts, peaking at the number 12 position. But before delving into his career, it's important to know more about the origin of this rapper. Born and based out of Mobile, Alabama, Young Bleu, whose official name is Jeremy Biddle, started rapping at the age of 11 and got into the game after he watched his brother interact with local hip-hop circles. He entered the public arena during his late teens with self-released mixtapes like 2013's Hello World, and then became involved with Young Boss Entertainment. Over the next coming years, Young Bleu built his reputation on investments, a series of mixtapes with each successive numbered volume widening his scope. About the same time, Bleu developed a working relationship with Boosie Bad, collaborating with him over several tracks and landing a Columbia-supported deal with Boosie's Bad Music Syndicate. His big break came in 2017 after he released the single Miss It and continued to raise his profile with more installments of the Investments series, as well as streaming hits like 2018's Unappreciated and the Kevin Gates-assisted remix of Ice on My Baby. He also established Bleu Vandross, an R&B-leaning mixtape series titled after his secondary alias. Bleu issued his final Columbia distributed recordings, Bleu Vandross 2 and Investments 6, in 2019. He wasted no time launching the independent Vandross music group in 2020 with Bleu Vandross 3 and Love Scars, the 5 stages of emotions. An alternate version of Love Scars highlight Your Mind Still added a verse from Drake and was placed on a subsequent expanded edition of the EP. In October of that year, the track entered the Hot 100 and simultaneously pushed its parent release into the Billboard 200. 2021 saw Bleu team up with Coi Leray for the amorous single Thieves in Atlanta. In July of 2021, he released a proper studio album with the release of Moon Boy. The ambitious set included contributions from Big Sean, Her, Gunna, John Legend, and others, and features the Drake-assisted hit Your Mind Still once more. Young Bleu, controversies. Back in October 2020, Young Bleu shared the Drake-assisted remix to his single, Your Mind Still, a track that fans were excited to receive. The song was a major hit and even some artists wanted to have some share of its success too. Tory Lanez emerged with his remix to the duet. However, shortly after releasing the song, Tory Lanez said they had uploaded the incorrect version. Young Bleu, who didn't care whether or not the version released was the correct one, went on to call out Tory Lanez. Remix is cool, but show love. Y'all weird, Bleu wrote in the caption to an Instagram post. At Tory Lanez, I reached out to you on some less work. You never responded. That's cool. Never gonna get mad at that. But you wanna remix my song and don't even acknowledge a young trying to come up? You rap be on some ain't no more biting my tongue with you. If you like my song enough to remix it, at least add a coming up in the same lane. Show love. Be acting scary. I'ma come direct. I ain't finna subtweet. Bleu wasn't quite finished. He shared a video of himself with a few more thoughts. I hope it ain't take you long to record that song, he quipped. I hope you ain't spend no lot of money, 12 hours in the studio recording that song, said Bleu. Cause as soon as you upload that on YouTube, that finna come straight down. So go get your money back. Go get your refund. Go get a receipt. You didn't tag me. You didn't show love. That coming down. Tory Lanez never commented.